We're here today to extend the state of emergency for 60 more days. But do you know what has happened these past 30 days? Very simply, no job, which means no money, which means no food, which means, Mr. President, that people are hungry, and that means that people are desperate. Do you understand the gravity of this? No jobs, no money. According to the Prime Minister, 88,000 people have applied for the unemployment benefit. That program, after 1 month, has now been closed. Of the 88,000 people, 33,771 applications have been approved, but only 23,680 have actually been paid out. And this is from the Prime Minister's interview, televised interview last week, Thursday. These are where these figures are coming from, Mr. President. And so, in effect, only 27% of those persons who have asked for help have actually received the help. We have people waiting weeks and weeks to get an answer, and still, many of them are still waiting. The reality is that tens of thousands of Belizean families are going to bed hungry because they have not received their food packages. Mr. President, I challenge this government to show us, to show the people of Belize how they decide who gets a food package. People complain that they have not been receiving it, but yet they have seen supporters of the UDP getting. Here, Mr. President, we're dealing with a pandemic. We're not dealing with parties. Here, we're dealing with the people of Belize. We're dealing with people who are hungry. Do you know what it means to be hungry? In this room? None of us know. None of us know. You could feed your family. I could feed my family. We know the feel that pain. But the people out there know what it means to be hungry. They know, Mr. President. And it is easy for us to come here and pass a law for 60 more days when we are failing to deliver basic food to the most needy of our people.
The Prime Minister, in his great wisdom, said to us in Cabinet and to his parliamentary caucus, we must reach across the divide and include the opposition in an oversight committee where myself and the leader of the opposition would be equals for the purposes of COVID-19. Where we are now, listen to the debates yesterday. Listen to the representative for the PUP today. Serve the Prime Minister right, you know. The PUP will never change. And the PUP will always oppose for opposing's sake, especially when the situation doesn't serve them. Don't you get the feeling that the PUP almost wish that the COVID-19 situation was so much worse than it is? It's like they're almost upset that we have it under control. They've been dying to have it go so bad so that the government and Dean Barrow can be blamed. Stop. It is completely and utterly irresponsible for you to keep spreading this silly notion that the economy and the country will be locked down for 2 months. That is not an accurate statement. First of all, we're asking for 2 more months. We could have asked for 12 more months. In total, we could have asked for 12. But we asked for 2 months to give us enough breathing space to the end of June for us to make sure we take all the measures that we need to take to tackle COVID-19. But all you have to do is read the motion, you know, Mr. President. All you have to do is read the motion, you know. And it says here, Section 18.5 of the Belize Constitution provides that a proclamation made by the Governor General for the purposes of and in accordance with Section 18 of the Constitution shall, unless previously revoked, remain in force for a period not exceeding 1 month. And this is what we're doing now. But may be extended from time to time by a resolution passed by the National Assembly for further periods, not exceeding in respect of each such extension a period of 12 months. And may be revoked at any time by a resolution of the National Assembly. You think that the government wants this country in a state of national emergency? We don't want that. We want to go back to normal. But we have a responsibility to keep our people safe. We're doing it for 2 months, but if after 1 month we can lift it, we lift it. If after 2 weeks we lift it, we lift it.
We want our people to be safe. If that wasn't the greatest thing that we wanted right now, safety for our people, we wouldn't be where we are. We wouldn't be under the state of emergency. I truly believe that. That is for us as a nation to help our people to be safe. As much as possible to be free of further, if you will, contamination. We've seen, Mr. President, where, yes, we've only had 18 cases. That is true. And we must commend our health people, those persons, our nurses and our doctors who have been on the front line addressing this matter, because it could be worse. It's not over yet, but it could be worse. And we must say, thank God that we only had 18 cases so far. And we must hope and pray that it remains that way. The effects, Mr. President, of this pandemic, as I just said, is great. We are under a state of emergency. Our people have lost a lot of our liberties, which you hear them complaining about. We saw persons being arrested for going to the river, for going to the sea, because people don't want to, or the moment they think that there's a break, they want to make much of it. We're not people accustomed to being locked in. And so even though I'm not the kind of person who walks everywhere and visits friends or that kind of thing, I'm always home to work and work to home, after a while it does take a toll on you. But we must understand as a people that we must abide by the rules if we are going to continue to be safe and to be free of this disease. We must continue to abide by the rules. And so yes, we've lost some of our liberties, but we have to understand that it is not going to be for long.